Morning, friends, and welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium here for another day of Power Summer Collegiate League Baseball alongside Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado, joining you here today from sunny Southern California. Snowbirds and Blue Sox here today as we wind down the final week of the regular season. Patrick Sweeney will take the ball for the Blue Sox, facing off with Jalen Edmonds here to start. Here's the first pitch of the contest, and it's a little high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes. We'll get started here at 9:01 a.m., just a minute tardy. It is 95 degrees. Projected high here today will be up around 112. The 1-0 pitch is also off the inside part of the plate, and the count is 2-1. Jalen Edmonds, Bryce Moore, and Mason Grace here for the Snowbirds in the first. 2-0 is punched out of play on the first base side, 2-1. Blue Sox and the Navy tops, white bottoms. And the Snowbirds here in the, it's a royal blue more so for the Blue Sox. As that misses outside for ball 3. The Navy are the Snowbirds at the plate right now. Might be a little tough for you to see. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here comes Sweeney's offering. Foul tipped into the mitt, and that brings the count full here on Edmonds. Out of Contra Costa College, Jalen Edmonds is, as the 3-2 comes home. Rang him up on the inside corner, down looking, and that's the first out of the ball game.
Defense for the Blue Sox up. Defense for the Blue Sox out there in the outfield, left to right. Peyton Capullo in left, David Laurenti in center, and Chris Burke in right. On the infield, third to first, Matt Rodriguez is at the hot corner. Kyle Baskin at short. A.J. Barraza at second today. Ryan Linderman at first. Jacob Savoy behind the plate.
That ground ball is into the hole. Barraza slides to make the grab and nabs Moore at first base. Nice play by A.J. Barraza for the second out. Oh, you know, Barraza's got good range. We see him at short. We see him here today at second. Going to the glove hand side to stop that from squeaking into the outfield. Brings up Mason Grace with 2 down. He's the extra hitter out of the 3 spot today. He'll take one high, 1 ball, no strikes. Just underway from the Coachella Valley. Top 1, no score. The 1-0 pitch. In the air to right field. Chris Burke sizes up as he makes his way through the shade to put this one away. Well, a full count, but got Edmonds looking after that. It was easy does it for Patrick Sweeney. 1-2-3 in the first. Blue Sox coming to the plate with 0s on the board. David Laurenti will step in and try to lead things off here for the Blue Sox in a 0-0 ball game. Snowbirds went 1-2-3 in the top half of the first. On the hill here today for the road-serving Snowbirds is Jake Cooch, his 7th appearance. This is his first start. The first offering will be slapped into left field, and David Laurenti wastes no time getting on base to begin the first inning. That was out to Bryce Moore. Sam, what's the rest of that defense?
Left to right in the outfield for the Snowbirds. Bryce Moore is out in left, Jacob Calt in center, and Matt Seabold in right. Third to first on the infield, Ola Ina manning third base today, Jalen Edmonds at short, Dylan Brown at second, and Joseph Grignon at first. Miles Gravel is the catcher.
Speaking of catchers, that brings up Jacob Savoy, the opposing backstop. Runner at first with 1 out. First pitch coming outside with it. 1 ball and no strikes. So again, this is the 7th outing for Jake Cooch this year and his first start. Just 7 1/3 innings of work, a 2-3 record this year. Hasn't struck out a ton of guys. As a matter of fact, 1 downstairs with it, 2-0. Runner goes down and in, tough to throw on. And the ball skips high, so a stolen bag for David Laurenti. That's his 3rd of the year now, perfect 3 for 3. Caught the corner on the outside edge to bring it back 3-1. 0-0 ball game. We're in the bottom of the first. I'm Steve. That's Sam. Glad you can join us here for another day of PSCL action. 2 games here in the league, and then, of course, the nightcap with the Palm Springs Power tonight. 3-1 pulled foul, and that'll fill up the count here on Savoy. Cooch out of West Valley College will miss downstairs and away for ball 4. Puts runners on first and second here with nobody out. Brings up Darrell Ruiz, another left-hander at the top of this order. Just like the Snowbirds, their 3rd hitter is the extra hitter. Down and away to begin the count 1-0. 10th game played and now here for Darrell Ruiz. He's entering today 7 for 20, good for a 350 average. Down and off, 2-0. Blue Sox find themselves on a 2-game losing streak, but still at the top of the pack, tied for second with the Bombers at 9-4 this year. Slow tapper, left side of the diamond, off the hill as Cooch steps and throws to first. That'll act as a de facto bunt. Get the runners over to second and third. There's one away. Goes as a 1-3 ground out for Darrell Ruiz. Draws Matt Rodriguez to the plate with a chance to bring home a couple and only 1 down. We were talking about this conversation yesterday, Sam, where getting base runners on early in the inning as opposed to with an out or 2 gives you way more opportunities, especially through the course of a game. First pitch a strike on Rodriguez.
Well, it especially helps when your lineup is able to shift around and guys are doing their part. If guys are stealing bags and knowing how to run on different counts, that gives you a lot of variability when you have hitters in the 3 and 4 hole come up.
And that's what they have right here. The cleanup man batting with second and third and only 1 away. So Rodriguez could look to try and square something up or elevate and just get it to the outfield and break the goose egg. This one smoked to left field. Moving around on it is Moore. It's down for a base knock. It'll bring home one and make it a 1-0 Blue Sox lead. Ball got away on the infield, and that allows Rodriguez to take second base. Rodriguez single and advanced on the throw. Jacob Savoy gets to third base, and that's an RBI knock for Matt Rodriguez. His third RBI of the year. Peyton Capullo now to the plate. Still runners on second and third and only one out. He sends the first one out of play. Last time we saw these Blue Sox, it was a tough loss for them. The hands of the Lumberjacks just couldn't catch a break in that one. Peyton Capullo trying to give them something to talk about out of Wilson State College in North Dakota, a native of Tucson, Arizona. The 0-1 pitch. Down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Savoy at third, Rodriguez at second to run home here in the inning. It's 1-0 Blue Sox. They won it away. Got it away. Here's a ground ball to short. They're going to concede the run. Throw from Edmonds is in time, and that'll be the second out. Well, the defense was playing back there. That was probably the right move at this point in the ball game. They allow Savoy to come in to score. They do hold Rodriguez at second, and the Sox grab a 2-0 lead. Ryan Lenderman now to the plate. Just manufacturing runs here for the Blue Sox. Build that lead. Build a tower. You got to have a nice foundation. That's what this Blue Sox team has just created. For a strike here on the first baseman, Lenderman, it's 0-1. Out of Torrance, California, currently attends West LA College, 5'10", 210. In the dirt, Rodriguez has to stay put. For Capullo, by the way, that is his third RBI of the season. Very sunshiny day once more. Now that we're officially a week into the month of July. Records have been broken here in the Coachella Valley. Next offering catches the strike zone. The month of June was the hottest month of June in Palm Springs history. Records dating back as far as 1922. So what a great time for Sam and I to spend our first month in the Coachella Valley. Hottest June on record. High and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It'll start creeping back up here by the end of this week. By Saturday, we should be pushing 120 again. So prepare yourselves for coming out here this weekend to catch the baseball. Line drive over the leap of Edmonds to left field. Rodriguez the wave. He's going to beat the throw, and it's 3-0 Blue Sox. 3 straight RBIs here in the middle of the order, and that's why you get your guys on early.
Yeah, right now Jay Cooch is leaving too many pitches in the middle of the zone. Guys aren't having to work too hard to get it to the outfield grass.
And they're not doing too much extra with it. Just put the ball in play, find a hole, get the next guy up. Still 2 outs. And the first pitch to Chris Burke is down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Anything further here after Burke goes Drew Baskin, AJ Barraza, and Jake Milak, which means this is the 7th batter of the inning. 1-0 pitch. This one lofted down the line, foul. Speaking of Dakota, Chris Burke out of Dakota State University. Fouls it off his foot. It's 1-2.
Yeah, this is a different looking lineup for the Blue Sox today, giving a few guys a day of rest. One of those included being Kyle Turner, who leads the league in RBI. It's good for their lineup to be this hot this early without him.
One and two. Another one off the foot. You know that feels great. Everyone loves a foul ball off the foot.
Someone needs to donate some cans of corn to right field so Chris Burke doesn't have to travel too far.
There you go. Speaking of right field, nothing has been hit there. Every ball that has been hit in this inning has been pulled. Upstairs. Shows me the Blue Sox batters are greedy and are swinging early and often.
And Chris is really still laboring with that foot.
Don't blame him. Twice in the same spot. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Little whip shot on over to first. Three to nothing Blue Sox trying to add to it here. Runner on first at 2 outs. 2-2. Make that full. Third full count of the inning. Ball 4. Second walk, puts runners on first and second, and continues here for Drew Baskin. Well, the problem is right now for Jay Cooch just not fooling anybody. Haven't seen a single lean or knee buckle or a back away. Nothing is throwing off these Blue Sox hitters who have been very patient here in the early going.
Yeah, when you're throwing lefty on righty to most of these guys and they're already searching for a pitch down the middle, if you leave it there, it's going to be easy to pick up, easy to read, easy to hit, easy to score on.
Well, think about it this way, Sam. How many times you practice during batting practice a breaking ball backdoor? Never. How many times do you practice a fastball? 9,000 times a day. So when you get that pitch, you've seen it over and over for the last 15 years.
Yeah, if you're not putting it in the right spot or trying to deceive the batter whatsoever, things like this are going to happen.
3 runs home, 2 aboard. Baskin now tries to keep the train moving. We're still in the bottom of the first. On the edge for a strike on Baskin, the shortstop today. It's 0-1. Even it up. Upstairs with it. Drew Baskin out of Willamette University. Right-handed bat here with runners on first and second. Blue Sox get action in the pen just in case. 2-1, a strike. You'd like to see Baskin inside out that pitch right there. Go the other way. There's some territory down the right field line that's pretty open. Seabold is shaded towards the alleyway.
Yeah, it seems like he's staying, waiting on a pitch middle.
Got it there and pulled it down the line. It's fair, just inside the chalk. Get the wheels moving, boys. 2 more to the plate. He wants third. Burke hits it, turns the corner, slides in with a 2 RBI triple. And the Blue Sox pile it on here with a 5-run first.
We talk about how they've been pulling the ball before. Now it's been mostly to left center. That one was straight down the line. Barely stayed fair, but barely fair still means 2 more runs on the board for the Blue Sox.
About as close as you can make it without actually touching the chalk. So 2 more home. That'll bring up the 9th batter of a labored bottom 1. And the Blue Sox are in a great position to snap that 2-game skid. Seen as one of the more favored teams here as we enter the postseason in less than a week's time. Barraza, this is A.J. Barraza taking one inside, 1-0.
Well, the Sox, if you remember, were my early pick to win the championship here in the PSCL. As it's gone on more, the Lumberjacks have gotten hot, not in front of our eyes, but
yeah.
regardlessly, both of those teams are really strong.
Strike called on Barraza, 1-1. Warming up in the bullpen is Johnny Young, right-hander from Lassen College. Getting loose here. If Jake Cooch can't get out of this inning, there's still 2 outs. 3 straight to reach with 2 outs. And Barraza taps it foul. Saw A.J. Barraza with a slick play to end the first, or for the second out of the first, rather. Two strikes on him, 1 ball. Down and in.
Yeah, the strength has always been AJ's glove. That's why he was immediately on the power when we started this season, is because of his defensive capability.
Yeah.
If the bat shows up big time here, RBI knock chance.
That will be just the 2nd strikeout of the season for Jake Cooch. He gets Barraza to chase it in the dirt, and the first inning finally comes to a close. 5 runs in the frame, capped off by a 2 RBI triple from Drew Baskin and the Sox. Make a statement early. We go to the second. It's 5-0. Patrick Sweeney had a 3-2 count on Jalen Edmonds, then struck him out looking. After that, he got some help from the D and was able to get out of a 1-2-3 first, as the first pitch will be bounced on over to second base by Jacob Kalt. Barraza handles. 1 pitch, 1 gone here in the second. Again, 3-game schedule here today coming up after this one at 11:30. North Stars and Colonials at 11:30, and then tonight the Inland Valley Bucks are in town to face off with the Palm Springs Power. First pitch 7:05. Kids Day Wednesday out at the yard. Kids 12 and under get into the ballpark for only $1, so bring out the whole family. Kamali Olainen out of the plate. The third baseman takes one on the edge. Westcliff Warrior bats right-handed, trying to be the first base runner of the day for the Birds. 0-1 pitch from Patrick Sweeney. Got a foul ball. Fastball looks a little unhittable right now.
Well, it's good for the Blue Sox that they have AJ at second because not many guys are going to be able to get around on it right now.
Ina back in with an 0-2 count. Just missed tight. A little bit high to boot. Full count or 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dylan Brown on deck. 1-2 pitch. Waved at and missed. They'll throw down to first base to complete it. Second strikeout for Patrick Sweeney.
And he's looked really good as of late. When he got moved to the starter role, things took off for him this season.
Brings up Dylan Brown. Didn't even get to the rest of the lineup there in that first inning for the Snowbirds. Joseph Grignon after Brown. Then it's Matt Siebold, Chris Leary, and Miles Gravel. 5 in a row retired to start this ball game. And a 5-0 Blue Sox pad. First pitch to Brown off the inside corner, 1-0. This is the 4th start for Sweeney this year. 6th appearance. Got a check swing to go around, 1-1. Last time out for him was back on the 2nd of this month, 5 days ago. Faced off with the Bootleggers, took the win in a start that lasted 6 innings. He gave up 2 runs, only 1 was earned. He struck out 7 with no walks. Bouncing ball foul.
He doesn't concede anything more than what he's allowing. The free passes are limited. Everything, every base runner. Great attention to detail at the plate. Really is hammering the inside early here, and he's going to want that spot later when the swing and a miss isn't exactly there.
Grounder down the line, but foul. I mean, you look at the numbers. Patrick Sweeney has only really had 1 quote-unquote bad outing. Was on June the 27th. Gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned in 3 innings against the Bombers. But other than that, everything else looks pretty clean.
Still that day against the Bombers, no walks.
Inside. That's always the kicker. He has only allowed 2 walks this season in 15 1/3, now 17 innings of work.
And both of those were in the same outing.
Yes, they were. Against the North Stars on June the 24th. Spiked that one. That was his last walk. Ridiculous. 4 outings ago.
If I'm not mistaken, that wasn't in a start, was it? Was that in a relief appearance?
That was a start.
It was?
That was
okay.
a start against the Bootleggers, yes. The one after was not. It was North Stars. He was in a relief role. Got a foul ball back. Full count here. Looking for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 frames. He had that full count on Edmonds and got him looking to start the game.
Dylan Brown made an appearance last night with the recruit team against the Power.
Payoff. Just the 3rd walk of the year for Patrick Sweeney. First base runner for the Snowbirds now. Inning continues for Joseph Grignon. Downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes here on Grignon. Bouncing ball back right towards the mound. Sweeney handles and will throw to first. So he does face just 1 over the minimum here and keeps the Snowbirds quiet on a shutdown frame. To the bottom of 2, it's 5-0 Blue Sox. New arm into the contest here for the Snowbirds. 6th appearance made now by Johnny Young. This will be just the 2nd time he comes out of the pen. And the first batter he faces is the only guy that didn't come to the plate in the first, Jake Milak, the designated hitter out of the 10 spot. It's a 5-0 Blue Sox lead. 1 ball, no strikes as Johnny Young tries to settle down the masses here. Line foul. Final line for Jake Cooch. Not pretty here today. An inning of work, 4 hits allowed, 5 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. He is on the hook here today. Milak awaits the offering from Young. Breaking ball misses downstairs, 2-1. Jake Milak, then top of the order, David Laurenti and Jacob Savoy trying to have another solid outing here in this 2nd trip up. Line foul. Strike 2.
I mentioned earlier that there is no Kyle Turner in this lineup for the Blue Sox. Also worth mentioning, no Zach Rigdon today.
Correct.
2 huge bats in that order.
Well, they're doing fine without it right now. Didn't chase. I still have yet to see a chase from the Blue Sox lineup 1 time through.
They're locked in right now.
Yeah, they're right there on it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Even that swing from Barraza, he sat on it. May have expanded the zone, but he sat on it. That'll miss over the shoulders for ball 4. 3rd walk issued now. First from Johnny Young. David Laurenti to the plate now. He singled to begin the rally in the first. A.J. Young pitched yesterday against the Chill. Or pardon me, he played yesterday at the plate. He pitched last 3 days ago. 1-0 on Laurenti. It was against the Grizzly. He got the start in that ball game at 4 2/3, gave up 2 earned on 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 3. So pretty good numbers there. Upstairs and out. Laurenti stole second, came home to score on the Matt Rodriguez single in the first. Jake Milak this season a perfect 5 for 5 in stolen bases. Near the top of the list here for the Blue Sox on the base paths. 3 balls and no strikes. Talk about it time and time again, Sam. Walks kill. 3-0. Got the green light, 3-1. We saw it so badly yesterday in the Bootleggers Haymakers game. 6 walks in that game drawn by the Haymakers, and 3 of them scored. Haymakers lost that ball game. That'll be ball 4. Back-to-back free passes puts runners on first and second without anybody out. Just like they had in the first inning. This time Jacob Savoy will be the batter. It's not just walks, Sam. It's the way those walks happen. If it's a 3-2, couple foul balls, the guy gets you to miss a little bit, all right. I can live with that. It's the non-competitive at-bats that can drive a coach crazy. And you go, just get me a competitive at-bat. Battle with this guy. If you lose him, you lose him. Well, put up a fight. 4-pitch walks, 5-pitch walks. Those are the things that keep you up at night. First pitch fouled back here by Savoy, and it's 0-1. And it's not like a pitcher's going, that's my plan today. 0-1 to Savoy. Bouncing ball right side. Grignon will step on the bag and fire to second. Tag is not in time. Too speedy Laurenti, fielder's choice, goes 3 unassisted, and both move up 90. There's only 1 out now. Grignon was about a step too far away from the bag once he made that catch to have a legitimate shot at doubling up. Brings up Darryl Ruiz. First pitch swinging, a sliced foul. Ruiz bounced out back to the pitcher's mound in the first inning. Well, pitcher's position. It was a little roller on the left side. It's a reason why the Blue Sox are thought of so highly. They got weapons. Strike called.
They got weapons, and they pick and choose when they want to score. And when they do, it's often in bunches.
On the flip side, that's what a coach loves. Crooked numbers. Always going to want those. Infield drawn in now. Slapped left side, in and out of the glove, but handled by Ina. He'll go to first with it. And because the infield comes in there seconds before that pitch, that holds the runners. Nice job there by Ina to not lose his cool once the ball popped out of the mitt. As he made to go that grab, he was immediately looking at the third base runner, Milak, being cause for the bobble. But again, nice recovery. That's what coaches teach you there from the early going. For infielders, if that ball hits your glove and doesn't stick, you got time more than likely. Matt Rodriguez, an RBI single today, takes one high, 1-0. Blue Sox, one last chance here to add here in the second inning. A shutdown frame would be crucial for Johnny Young and company. 1-0 on Rodriguez. How to play with it, 1 ball, 1 strike. Matt Rodriguez has been working on his 2-strike approach this season, hoping to shorten up and pick up some hits in those occasions. He's got a 1-1 count here. A Delmar, Maryland native takes one downstairs, 2-1.
I like it when guys come into the season with specific goals in mind.
Yes. That's ultimately going to suit you better no matter where you're at, what league you're going to, or what level you're at.
Or in any profession.
Sure. 3-1. I know heading into this season, Sam, for me, I don't know if you can say the same, but my goal was just longevity. Make sure we can do 3 games a day.
You've been tested.
That'll be ball 4. Matt Rodriguez will take first. That's the 3rd walk of the inning. I know you're much earlier on in your career, Sam. So I know there's a slew of things you're working on to try and improve on in your areas of play-by-play and color commentating. I know for me, it was right away. I was going, all right, this is for me more like a marathon challenge. It's just, okay, can you push through the pain? I'm sure a lot of those guys down there right now are feeling those effects too. Playing every day, something that a lot of these guys haven't done before. High with this one to Peyton Capullo, an RBI ground out in his first trip. Bases loaded with 2 outs. And yes, to your point, I've been tested. If you compare my voice right now to game 1, might be a little different. It's like the de-evolution of man.
Yeah, we talk more than 98% of people on the planet.
Yeah, pretty much right now. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe Ryan Seacrest has us.
Yeah, has his beat a little bit.
He's doing podcasts in between songs on the radio.
There you go. Breaking ball for strike 2. That's a good pitch there from Johnny Young. Took a lot off of that one.
Yeah, that's how he has to keep him off balance because they're searching fastball.
Yeah.
It's quite obvious.
And again, they just have not been off balance today. Nobody has on the Blue Sox. They've been ahead, but they haven't been off balance. 2-strike approach. Flipped out towards right field. Will it hang? Diving out of the reach of Seabold. Do or die will clear the bases. Capullo on his way to second. He can't get third. He pulls up a little lame. He's grabbing his left thigh. So 3 runs across, but bigger fish to fry. Peyton Capullo doesn't feel great. He was coming around first, immediately grabbing his left thigh. He's sending them back to the dugout, but he's trying to rub it out there. That'll be a 3 RBI double to clear the base paths, and it's all Blue Sox, 8-0. They were 1 pitch from getting out of this inning unscathed. First offering high and tight to Ryan Lenderman, an RBI single today.
Yeah, it's tough to have a guy down 2 strikes, try to put something on the outside corner, and he just flips it out.
Got to give credit to Matt Seabold on that one, man. He gave it his full effort. Dead sprint. That ball was flared and not hit very hard, sinking away from him, coming in at an angle. It's a very tough play, and Seabold almost made a highlight reel grab. Never faults a guy for that one. At 2 outs, that's 100% the right direction. With 1 out, maybe you play it on a hop and try and cut him down. But with 2 outs, got to go for it. Foul tipped for strike 2. Hasn't been for lack of trying here for the defense for the Snowbirds today. They've made some efforts here in the first 2 innings. In the air, lazy fly ball to center. Jacob Kalt tracks, and so will end the 2nd inning. 3 more across, courtesy of Peyton Capullo's bases clearing double. We go to the 3rd. It's 8-0 Sox. Snowbirds need to find answers and find them quick. They trail 8-0 as we enter the 3rd. First pitch to Matt Seabold will be grounded into right field. So first hit of the day here for the Snowbirds on a 1-pitch single to right. The right fielder Seabold stands at first. That's a good start. Start chipping away.
Yeah, good for him. He's top in the league in on-base percentage, not only just because he knows how to take a pitch, he also knows how to do that, find gaps.
Chris Leary, the DH now. Second base runner allowed by Patrick Sweeney. Found the strike zone with a fastball 0-1. Five runs in the first, 3 runs in the most recent second. Decent lead off at first. Foul out of play. Talked about it last couple of days, Sam. Very successful in this league for base stealers. Snowbirds as a team are 29 for 31. Good for 94%. That's good. Very good.
It is good.
Yep. It's good.
Good.
Good. He wants to say it. Leary bounces one to short. Taylor made double play. Baskin, Barraza, and Lenderman. Twin killing here in the third inning. Cuts down a mini rally.
Well, that's what Patrick Sweeney really needed, and he pitched himself into it. You get ahead 0-2. You have the chance to throw some stuff out of the zone, get guys to chase, and that one just buried him inside. This is bread and butter, being able to get righties, to foul it, jam it, whatever has to happen.
I want to ask you that, Sam. You said buried it inside there, in on the hands. 2 strikes and looking for the double play ball. What just generically is a pitcher looking to go with?
It's either going to be that fastball inside or down low. You're looking to, not many of these guys are going to come up throwing sinkers and stuff that can get guys to put the ball on the ground easily, but especially if you're working righty on righty, that's the best way. That's how you draw it up to your middle infield.
High and tight, it's 2-0 on Miles Gravel, the opposing catcher. 8-0, we're in the top of the third. Blue Sox lead it with the Snowbirds batting. Yeah.
You're putting a guy in swing mode, so either way, whatever you're throwing needs to be something that he can't hit too easily.
Just like that, right there on the outside edge to pull it over, roll those wrists is the big factor, is to get him out in front and have those wrists roll over, just like he got in those last 2 ground outs. Minimum faced here in the top of the third, another 0 on the board, courtesy of Patrick Sweeney after giving up a hit. We go to the bottom of 3, 8-0 Sox. Can the Blue Sox keep pushing that plus button? They lead at 8-0 as we enter the bottom of 3. Chris Burke will lead things off. Back out for a second inning of reference. Johnny Young will find the strike zone to begin it. It's 0-1.
Need that more from Johnny Young. First pitch strikes.
Yes.
This is what makes Patrick Sweeney so good. It's what makes most pitchers
good. Yeah.
good. But in this game specifically, like to see him attack the zone early.
Just like that. Stay on that outside edge. It's 0-2. I'd like to see him bury a breaking ball confidently. 0-2. Left it up. It's 3 straight fastballs. Something to be said for that. But I think in a game where the Blue Sox have been extremely comfortable in the box, you have to make them uncomfortable. That one pulled down the line, foul. But that's two strike pitches up in the zone.
Yeah, he wasn't going to sit and wait on another one. Right now it's dead red for them. They're chasing fastball the whole way.
Yeah.
And especially when you put it right in their eye line.
Well, they have no reason not to.
Nope.
You have to give them that reason.
I'd like to see Johnny Young establish the outside too.
There you go. He sat on it well, but at least you went to the breaking ball there. First one we've seen in the at-bat. There are very few pitchers in the history of this game that have been able to rely on just overpowering guys.
Yep.
And most of them couldn't do it for very long. Down and away. The most recent one that comes to mind. Can you read my brain?
Aroldis Chapman.
Exactly. Exactly.
It takes a freak of nature to be able to make that your thing.
Deception is the name of the game. That's not deceiving anybody. Another pitch up in the zone. I mean, credit the Blue Sox. They're hopping on it. Chris Burke aboard at first with his first hit today. But you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. Chapman, remember when he came in, was 103 and was blowing guys away. A couple years later, they're talking about taking his starting spot or his closing spot away.
No. The greatest thing for Chapman and the thing that's given him his longevity in his career is keeping them off balance. He was originally just pumping in fastballs, a wild horse on the mound. He added that slider with some different touches to it. Now he's a completely different pitcher.
Strike call on Drew Baskin. Had 2-run triple his last time up. Another guy that comes to mind is Francisco Rodriguez, K-Rod. Came in 2002 as a 19-year-old rookie with the Halos. Just pumping gas. After a few years, you're going to need a little bit more. Started working that slider, working the curveball. Then reformed himself and eventually went on to have a long career because of it. But had he stuck with that fastball that he relied on at 19, that's not going to work when you're 28. High.
And it's easy to mention Jacob deGrom when you talk about guys that can overpower a batter.
Sure.
But obviously there's many reasons
Yeah.
why Jake deGrom is good.
Well,
it's not just because he's touching a 90 with his off speed.
Well, the other thing too, Sam, is speed gets away from you. Look at Clayton Kershaw, who has had to completely reinvent himself. Yes, the curveball was always there, but now that slider and the changeup, when Kershaw's touching 91, 92 now, you got to go to it. Another guy that had to do that, Jared Weaver. If he hadn't gone to the breaking stuff, remember, by the end of his career, Jared Weaver was topping at 88, 87 on days for a major league starter who was once an ace of a perennial playoff team for many years. You got to find a way to adjust. Big jump to second, fouled off here by Drew Baskin. 8-0 your score here. We're in the bottom of the third with nobody out. So there are a million instances of guys having to reinvent themselves, and only like 5 of guys who've been able to do it forever, and they're the greatest pitchers that have ever been. Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson. Even guys like Mariano Rivera had to reinvent themselves. Swinging a foul tip into the mint. Down goes Baskin. That's just the second strikeout today by Snowbirds pitching. And it's not like we're saying you got to go out there and you know, every guy's got to be a strikeout and you got to place perfect pitches. No, that's not it. It's keeping guys guessing.
You're not reinventing the wheel trying to get guys off balance.
Yeah, exactly. It's 101. He stepped off and threw to second. I could have sworn he balked there with that front foot. Instead, they're going to call Chris Burke out at second base, caught stealing. That really looked like a balk to me.
That's what Reed Santos is arguing at third.
Yeah. His front foot moved. No ifs, ands, or buts. They'll gift it. 1-4 on the putout. There's 2 gone for A.J. Barraza. We've had that balk conversation. I know that one. And if it's plain to me, that's saying something. I couldn't pick it up out of a lineup. This entire game is built upon adjustments, whether you're on the diamond, in the box, or on the hill. That's the entire thing, is adjusting to your competition. And your competition level. Every time you move up, it gets harder. In the air to right center field, a mile high. Over there is Jacob Kalt, and he'll put it away. Minimum face thanks to a caught stealing and a strikeout, and a good bounce back for Johnny Young. We go to the top of the 4th, and it's still an 8-0 Blue Sox lead. Eight runs on 6 hits and no errors for the Blue Sox. They've left 2 on the base paths for the Snowbirds. No runs on just 1 hit, a single. They have committed no errors either and have left 1 on the base paths. 3 complete as we go to the 4th. Kid, you're up. Sam Walters.
I'm Kid.
You're Kid. That's me. It me, I'm Kid.
It me, Kid. I'm Baby.
I'm Boss Baby.
2.
Family business.
It's a 1-0. Now a 1-1 to Jalen Edmonds. Made it back to the top of the lineup here on the top of the 4th. The Snowbirds have been retired with one over the minimum faced by Patrick Sweeney. Been magnificent here today. This as low as 2-1. Edmonds, Moore, and Grace due up. So far it's been the Blue Sox in control, leading at 8-0. Able to hang in and get a piece of it. It evens the count. You know, it's tough enough going up there and having to face a lawnmower like Sweeney's been so far today if you're the Snowbirds, but you got to hang in there. Matt Seabold was able to do it. Just got to find the way to keep on battling. That's what it usually takes versus Sweeney, is once fouled off by Edmonds. Hang in there in the count. Wait for a pitch to miss. Obviously, the longer we go, the more spots you're going to find that he can't.
Hasn't missed much today.
Nope.
If at all.
Missed high there. Full count now to Edmonds.
And by miss, we mean miss over the plate. Not miss the strike zone, but miss over the plate. And I think that's more the route you're going.
3-2 sent foul down the right field line. Pardon, that's a fair ball. That looked like it was slicing towards the right field line. But Jalen Evans is in there with a leadoff double. Looked like out of the box he wasn't sure if it was going to get down, but it caught about a foot on the line and then died right there. And gives an opportunity to talk about the new right fielder, Joe Doherty, who comes in the game for the Blue Sox. Chris Burke has moved over to the left. That's how you lead off an inning.
That's how you start the climb back. Got to take that first step.
Leadoff two-bagger for Edmonds brings up Bryce Moore.
First runner in scoring position today for the Snowbirds.
Missed outside, 1-0. First runner in scoring position. They've had a walk and a single. The walk was left at first. The single was erased on a double play. Brushed off Bryce Moore's pants. Is 2-0.
Sam, correct me if I'm wrong, or get into it if you have noticed the same trend. We're starting to see pitchers starting to mow down opposing lineups more recently over the last week or so.
They're given a longer leash by their coaches. That's given us a lot more opportunities. Fouled off by Moore, 2-1. It's not only that, they're getting a longer leash, but they're also starting to find their groove. You play the same team twice. That's what the schedule's formatted as. Just about every team gets 2 looks at a team. So when you start to see the teams more and you get to interact with them more, and you're also just getting back in the swing. And so much talent in this league pitching wise that guys, the longer we go, it seems like they're getting more comfortable, more adjusted to the heat. And a smack to left field in the air, heading towards the line and foul.
Also, too, just getting that rhythm of, especially for starters, I'm more so leaning on here is, pitch, couple days off, pitch, couple days off. Now that you're going 2, 3 times, 4 times through it, now I feel comfy.
Yeah, guys also have a better feel for what they're doing for their team.
And how to pitch in this ballpark.
Yeah, that's also very true.
You can say, we've seen, 3 home runs, 4 home runs. I don't have to worry about that here. If I leak something, my outfield's got me.
Two missed inside. 2 straight full counts here in the top of the 4th. Patrick Sweeney still pitching with a huge lead. It's 8-0. Three-two. That'll be sent to center. In the air, Laurenti chases. He makes the catch. Edmonds will tag from second. He's in there standing to third. 1 out here in the top of the 4th.
Productive out there for Bryce Moore.
Just about to say it. That's what you have to do, be able to hang in the count. He found a pitch to hit. Didn't get all the way through it, able to loft it just too much to get down, but still moving runners up, and Evans has good speed.
If you're the Snowbirds right now, you shouldn't be too concerned with the score.
Nope.
Just do what you can in that moment.
This is fine-tuning for Sunday on. In their first pitch strike to Mason Grace.
And what you're thinking about here, if you're the Snowbirds, or where your brain should be at, is win this pitch.
Buried him inside, but that's going to score a run. Braza with the daisy cutter back to first. That'll be the second out. And it'll be an 8-1 ball game. RBI ground out for Mason Grace.
And there you go. Mason Grace won the pitch. That's all you're trying to do. You can easily get ahead of yourself when you're looking up at 8, scoreboard blaring down on you, and you're going, oh, man, we have so far to come back. And no, come in here, win this pitch right here. Whatever that means in the moment. There you go. Jacob Colt won that pitch. And eventually, as you keep going, you continually win pitches, you eventually come back in the game.
Then you start winning at bats, then you start winning innings, then you start winning games.
Jacob Colt wins a pitch.
Sit back up the middle for a base hit. 2 out knock for Jacob Colt.
And now all of a sudden, Patrick Sweeney becomes hittable.
What seemed like through the first 3 innings to be too tall of a task. Showing signs of human life.
Just don't get ahead of yourself.
The guys are going to make mistakes on the mound. You just have to be ready to jump on them. Here's Ola Ina. Fouls the first pitch back. Third baseman struck out in the second. That's also one thing that makes Jacob Call really good, is he's a fighter. We see him constantly in and out of the Snowbirds lineup. There's never a game where he isn't hustling down the line, never a game where he's not hanging in through a hole at bat. Always looks really locked in. 0-1 miss downstairs. Patrick Sweeney can look like a completely different pitcher at times out of the stretch. It's when he starts letting base runners on. Start to see some things leak. Fouled off. It's 1-2 to Ina. But he knows how to manage. That's the good thing. Sometimes you get a bit flustered, start thinking you make good pitches, and guys are just putting them into the grass.
Win the pitch, Ina. Again, whatever that means. That means in this case could be a foul ball. You could be laying off something tough here.
1-2. Ran inside and hit him.
That's one way to win it.
He earned it.
That's the mantra for the Snowbirds moving forward. Keep that in your brain as we move through the remainder of this ball game.
You're rarely going to run into any pitcher in this league that's going to be untouchable.
Yeah. Everyone's got holes they're trying to plug here. Win pitch one, Dylan Brown.
Two runners on, first pitch to Brown, in there for a strike.
You're obviously not going to win every single one, but it's important to just keep that mentality moving. All right, brush it aside. Turn the page. Next pitch.
0-1 to the second baseman. Swings to the next one. It's 0-2.
And then learning to adjust from those mistakes. What happened there? Dylan Brown pulled his head a little bit. Went with a longer swing on a fastball down in a way you're never going to catch up to that with those two combinations. So make the adjustment here. Shorten up. Close that shoulder.
2 on, 2 outs, 2 strikes on Dylan Brown. To the plate. Inside, called strike 3. That's a tough pitch to have to try to swing on. Dylan Brown laid off. That'll be the third out. That's the third strikeout for Patrick Sweeney, and it ends the top of the fourth. Snowbirds are able to get one on the board. It's 8-1 heading to the bottom of the fourth. Johnny Young worked a clean bottom of the third. He's got 10-1 and due up here in the bottom of the fourth. Blue Sox leading at 8-1 over the Snowbirds. It's Jake Milak due up. First pitch from Young is fouled back and out of play. A couple of defensive changes for the Snowbirds. Aaron DeLeon enters in left field, and that shifts Bryce Moore over to first. So Joseph Grignon, assumably out of the lineup, but we'll see. Grounded to first. On a hop, Moore takes it, flips over back to Johnny Young for the first out. Like to see soft contact for Johnny Young. First hit he gave up was a rocket double to Peyton Capullo. Top of the lineup back up is David Laurenti. On base twice today, scored twice. Swings through the first pitch. First game of our two-game set here in Palm Springs Stadium. Snowbirds, Blue Sox. He went on another one, 0-2. Good foolery by Johnny Young. One after this coming up at 11:30, scheduled Colonials North Stars. Oh, 0-2 pitch. Sat on that one and fouled it out on the right side. Well, good for David Laurenti. Doesn't seem like he's broken his bat because he's had that same orange and black two-tone this whole season. Don't mean to jinx anything. Knock on bat wood.
There you go.
Knock on
Say, do
hickory.
they sell them in bulk at Costco?
Yeah. Knock on Louisville. Tried outside with the fastball.
I wouldn't be surprised if in like the Omaha Costco you could buy just wherever like the most massive baseball hub is.
Yeah, I mean they're baseball bat devoted shops in Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Swung through and missed in the dirt. They tagged Laurenti, second out here, and a good follow-up by Johnny Young. He's working well. He's retired the last 6 he's seen.
Where's the Little League World Series?
The Little League World Series?
Yeah. Why can't I remember?
Isn't it in the Northeast? Is that wrong?
It's gonna drive me crazy now.
Have they not played it in Cooperstown?
No, it's not. Williamsport. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Does the Williamsport Sam's Club sell bats in bulk? They probably are metal though.
Yeah. 1-0 count to the catcher, Jacob Savoy.
Somewhere in the Cape Cod League.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Can I get 2 dozen Louisville's, a couple gallons of milk, and 1 massive block of cheese? Thanks. And I'll sample that mac and cheese when you get a chance.
2-0 Young to Savoy. Missed inside again.
I miss samples. Going to Costco and getting some samples.
You know, I wasn't a Panda Express regular whenever they did samples.
Okay. But yeah, they're gone now. That's right.
Right, and even though I eat it almost
Yeah.
3 times a week here in Palm Springs, it's still sad to see it go. 4-pitch walk to Jacob Savoy puts him on first. The first free pass allowed since the second by Johnny Young. Everything else has been a double and a single in the third. 2-out base runner. We'll bring up Darryl Ruiz over 2 today. Grounded out twice. Got another fly in the press box.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know. That one is lined to the left, but it's going to hang up long enough for Aaron DeLeon to make the catch, and that'll retire the side here in the bottom of the fourth. So a base runner reaches on the walk by Johnny Young, but still nothing doing. The Blue Sox have gone quiet the last 2. We head to the top of the 5th. It's 8-1 over the Snowbirds. Top of the fifth, Patrick Sweeney has it working well. Saw his first signs of trouble in the fourth, gave up 1 run to the Snowbirds. Aaron DeLeon makes his first appearance at the plate and grounds the first pitch to third. Easy 5-3 put out, start the fifth. Well, that's helped Patrick Sweeney a lot today too. If he hasn't gotten the first pitch strike, he's gotten a good many first pitch swinging. Count them up right now. 4 of them so far today, 3 of them resulting in outs. Matt Seabold swung on the first pitch last time and singled. First pitch in there for a strike. It's at this point in the game when I wouldn't fault the Snowbirds for being a bit more aggressive. If he's going to attack the zone, he's often going with the fastball first pitch. There, if you go ahead and get yourself down 0-2, 2 fastballs you're seeing. Guys are hanging in the count, but Patrick Sweeney knows how to keep them off balance. He knows how to pull the string on the breaking ball. Doesn't have to throw it very often. Guys have been getting themselves out like this. Inside fastball, another one pulled to third. Another out, another 5-3. So far, it's been a Sunday stroll through the lineup on this Wednesday morning for Patrick Sweeney. It's to the 9-hole. Chris Leary digs in. Another first pitch swinging and chopped to short. Tough hop, high bounce. Drew Baskin handles. Throw to first, and the tag took him off the bag. But the swipe tag just not in time. Chris Leary able to reach. Beats out an infield single. Had a way to handle it by Drew Baskin. Just the rush throw took Linderman off the bag. We saw a 2-out base runner back in the second against Sweeney. That one on a walk. Now Miles Gravel digs in with a runner at first. It's 8-1 Blue Sox. 2 outs top of the fifth. Chris Leary on first. Now the first pitch swinging. Chopped down the third baseline. Those are the signs of a righty burying fastballs to another righty. A lot of chopped ground balls. Sure, Sweeney would like to end this inning here with Gravel at the plate. Next batter due up in the on-deck circle is Jalen Edmonds. He doubled his last time up. He's going to come up, though. That one's singled into right field. Gravel reaches first to third, goes Chris Leary. The Snowbirds back in business here. The throw misses in the infield. That's going to allow a run to score. A wild throw from Joe Doherty in right allows Chris Leary to come all the way from first to home. Opposite field single turns into a run scored for the Snowbirds. It's 8-2. So no RBI on that play for Miles Gravel. Error in right field allows Leary to score. Now a runner at second with 2 outs for Jalen Edmonds. Goes first pitch, breaking ball, misses a little bit downstairs. The 1-0 a bit low. Well, the good thing for Patrick Sweeney is you can't be too rattled. You still have a 6-run pad. to get one more guy. 2-0 bounces and gets away from Savoy. Gravel moves up 90 feet. Three balls and no strikes to the shortstop, Jalen Edmonds. From the windup, Sweeney's pitches in there for a strike. Another one in there, Jalen takes it. You want to know how I know that Patrick Sweeney is locked in right now? He's not even turning his back to the plate. Every time he receives the ball back from Jacob Savoy, he backtracks to the rubber. Full count is sent down the right field line and down. Base hit makes it 8-3. Jalen Edmonds takes a wide turn. The RBI single makes it 8-3. Snowbirds still trailing by 5, but making some noise against Patrick Sweeney here in the 4th and the 5th.
What are they doing, Sam?
They're hanging in there.
Winning the pitch.
They're winning some full count pitches. Able to hang in there. Edmonds saw a 3-0, saw the 3-1. Finally found one he liked. They're taking him to the opposite side. But whatever works right now, make him work. Just way inside to Bryce Moore. Moore at first base now. 0 for 2 today. Runner goes, but is popped up on the infield in foul territory. Patrick Sweeney was streaking in, but bounces just in front of him. Good to see that red hair under the cap. Hat flew off on the chase. Jalen Edmonds with good speed at first. Here's a 1-1 from the stretch. Runs in and hits Bryce Moore. So things getting a bit interesting here in the 5th. Second hit by pitch allowed by Patrick Sweeney, and there's 2 runners on with 2 outs.
Slight concern for the Blue Sox right now. But you get out of this, it's still a 5-run lead. But you don't want to live in a world where you have to start worrying about it. Thus, talking now to just, hey, remember what you're doing. Remember you got a 5-run lead. You might not actually know that because there's no scoreboard up there. But it's a 5-run lead. You got 2 outs. Pitch to contact. Trust your guys.
Plenty of range on the infield. Up to this point, they've done Patrick Sweeney a few favors. Mason Grace digs in, the extra hitter in the right-handed batter's box. From the stretch, swings through the first pitch, 0-1. Want to see a battle here from Grace. If you're going to go down, don't go down quietly. Jalen Edmonds takes off from second. Delayed steal, but it's fouled off again. Two on and 2 out. No balls and 2 strikes. Call time at the plate. Seemed at the beginning of this top of the 5th that it was going to be another easy inning for Sweeney. He retired the first 2 batters. 4 straight have reached. 0-2 pitch, tried the outside corner and missed just a bit. Sets again, the 1-2. Chop to third. Rodriguez handles it on a hop, throws a strike to first, and that'll end the top of the fifth. But not before the Snowbirds are able to score 2 more. It's 8-3. We head back to the Blue Sox bats in the bottom of the fifth.
I tried to trade for Vladdy and he went.
I can give you Yandy Diaz for Vladdy Diaz. Give you Skubal for DeGrom or Ryan Weathers for DeGrom. Yeah, give up Ryan Weathers. Who, of course, would then go. Of course. He's out of the format. That was 10.
Bottom 5, Snowbirds are clawing their way back in. It's 8-3. Johnny Young still working to the Blue Sox lineup as Matt Rodriguez. Cleanup hitter swings through the first pitch. Rodriguez on board twice today, has scored twice. RBI single in the first and walked in the second. Oh, 1 lost the handle of it. Well, Johnny Young came in back in the second inning in relief of Jake Cooch. Gave up a bases clearing double on a do-or-die play to right field. Since then, he has settled in nicely. That one hit. Sounds like it hit off the end of the bat. But it looks like it might have caught Rodriguez on the hand first. He'll take first base. The first hit batter of the day by the Snowbird staff. Here's Joe Doherty. Left-handed hitter came in right field. Swings to the first pitch, 0-1. Batting in the spot for Peyton Capullo, he ends up going 1 for 2 with 4 RBI. The bases clearing double was in his favor in the second. The 0-1, another one swung through by Doherty. If you remember, Capullo on that double ended up pulling into second, rubbing his thigh. Most likely taken out of this game as a precaution. Doherty calls time. They shade Joe to pull. Shortstop playing a few feet wide of the second base bag. 0-2, tried outside. 1-2 from Young, foul back by Doherty. Saw Joe in the PSCL recruits game, the first roster. Came in right field and ended up as the backstop for the remainder of the game. He's hanging in there with Johnny Young. It's 1-2. Breaking ball, put it right past him. Third strikeout for Johnny Young, sits down Joe Doherty. He's the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the first baseman, Ryan Linderman. 1 for 2 today with an RBI single in the first. That one looks like it clipped the bat. Ran inside and Linderman had to back out. Johnny Young looking to keep this deficit where it is. 8-5 Blue Sox currently. In there for a strike, it's 0-2. Let's foul back. Went downstairs with a fastball, throw back to first. Chase Rodriguez. Again, Blue Sox sitting at 9-4 this season so far. Snowbirds have fallen to 4-9-1. Still hanging in there. Popped up. High in the air, back behind shallow. Right field, coming in, Dylan Brown makes the catch. Two outs now in the bottom of the fifth. Here's Chris Burke. The fielder's also been on base twice today. Walked in the first and scored. Singled in the third. Quick snap throw back to first, Chase Rodriguez again. Stride and throw missed outside. Approaching 10:40 here in Palm Springs. Thank you for joining us. Popped out of play. And we're wrapping up the final week of the regular season in the PSCL. Regular season games lasting until Saturday. So these teams just making their final stretch. One breaking ball floated into the zone. Good pitch there to get ahead. One ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 on. Swung on and missed by Chris Burke. Out away by Johnny Young. Ever since his work started in the second, he has been nothing short of fantastic for the Snowbirds. This team is still down 8-3. We head to the top of the 6th. Snowbirds bats looking to continue their good chip away work. Still Patrick Sweeney working for the Blue Sox. He's gone 5 full innings, allowed 3 runs. Good run support from the Blue Sox lineup. It's 8-3. First pitch swinging and sliced into center. Ranging into left center is the center fielder David Laurenti for the first out. Jacob Call goes down on 1 pitch. Here's Ola Ina, third baseman. Reached once on a hit by pitch back in the 4th, struck out in the 2nd. Birds have been slowly chipping away. Added 1 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th. First pitch breaking ball in there for a strike to Ina. See if you can string together some at-bats, maybe chase Patrick Sweeney. He's still working a bit comfortably. 2 straight breaking balls has him ahead of Ola Ina. See Andrew Savoy warming in the Blue Sox pen. No time wasted, goes with another breaking ball missed downstairs. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Man, oh man, Patrick Sweeney. Tied him up inside with the fastball once again. It's the 4th strikeout for him today. He is giving right-handed hitters all of the work. Got another one due up here, Dylan Brown. Just inside with the first pitch fastball. And they'll say that hit Dylan Brown. So Brown a reach. Only 1 walk today for Patrick Sweeney, but that's the 3rd hit by pitch. Another 2-out base runner for the Snowbirds. Let's get a longer look at Aaron DeLeon this time. He swung on the first pitch, his first at bat. Sees one down low. (1-0), waved and missed a ball outside. That's how you know Patrick Sweeney still has it working. Still drawing the swing and a miss stuff. Another one fades and another one swung on and missed by DeLeon. One-two, looks like they're going there again. Here's the pitch. They do it again and they pull the string on DeLeon. That's the 3rd out regardless. Throw down to 2nd doesn't matter. 5th strikeout for Patrick Sweeney. He is in cruise control. We head to the top of the 7th. Steve will come back for your play-by-play. Looking to wrap this one up. 8-3 Snowbirds. Pardon, 8-3 Blue Sox. Johnny Young still navigating through the Blue Sox lineup. His team is down 8-3 in the bottom of the 6th. It'll be Drew Baskin, AJ Barraza, and Jake Milak due up for the Sox against Young. Here to take you the rest of the way, Steve Granado.
Thanks, Sam. Drew Baskin to the plate. He started his day red hot with a 2-run triple back in the first. He's 1 for 2 today. Takes one down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Baskin, then Barraza and Milak, the scheduled hitters at the bottom of the order. New first baseman into the contest, Juan Sarmiento, takes over for Bryce Moore. The 1-0 pitch is lifted behind first base. Everyone converging. It will be in foul territory for a strike. Closing in on 10:50. We'll see if we have enough time to get to the top of the 7th here, depending on how this bottom of 6 plays out. Again, our soft 2-hour time limit with another ball game coming in after this one. At 11:30, Colonials and North Stars are set to square off. I venture guess we'd be able to play the top of the 7th. Patrick Sweeney would maybe come out. Maybe. We'll see. We saw Andrew Savoy warming up in the bullpen last 2 innings. Breaking ball just down. 2-1. Well, if you take away the first 2 innings, Snowbirds have led over the last 4, 3-0.
It's been quiet versus Johnny Young.
Sure has. That's a strike. Strike 2 it is. Two. Didn't chase it. Johnny Young has been pitching since the 2nd. He's given up 3 runs during that span. Struck out 4, hit 1, walked 3. He's given up just 2 hits. Lazy fly ball to right. Seabold. 1 gone. Brings up AJ Barraza now. We do not have either of these teams tomorrow. 9 a.m. ball game is Rush Bombers. 11:30 is North Stars Lumberjacks. The last regular season game we'll get to in a second. Here's a ground ball through the hole on the left side. AJ Barraza has his first hit. The last regular season game we call, Sam, will feature the Snowbirds. It'll be Grizzly Snowbirds on Saturday at 11:30. That'll be our last regular season game. We will no longer see the Blue Sox. Bye-bye.
Bon voyage. On the turf field.
Adios and vaya con Dios.
Sayonara.
Later. Upstairs, Milak didn't go. 1-0. Jake today, a walk, a run scored, and a ground out. Still trying to shake out the bracket moving forward here for the postseason beginning on Sunday, which should have a play-in game. Still ironing out the details in what is a newly reformed PSCL and newly renamed Power Summer Collegiate League, formerly the Palm Springs Collegiate League.
A 13-team single elimination. Love making that bracket.
Flare to right. Another catch for Seabold, and there's 2 gone now. Back to the top of the order. It's David Laurenti, who's 1 for 2. Scored twice, stolen bag, single, walk, strikeout. In that order.
Up.
Yeah.
Have you ever done bracket work? Like having to figure out odds of teams going into the bracket and making it out and things like that?
Nope.
It's tough, especially when you get into double elimination, things of that nature.
Up and away, 1-0. When I was playing club ball in college, we hosted a Veterans Day tournament. And, we had to make the bracket for that kind of stuff. But That's fairly easy. It was round robin. Good lead off first. I'd like to see Barraza go here. Outside 2-0.
We keep things very simple here. Playoff odds are as they stand.
Yeah. Got to keep it simple for just a couple days. It's a 4-day playoff schedule. Wraps up on the 14th. Game times TBD. I got to imagine it wouldn't change too much from what we have right now.
TBD and possibly subject to change depending on how
Weather.
games go.
Yeah.
And weather.
Yeah, that too. How games go. Barraza thought about going. It'll be off the edge 3-1. Yeah, we will play straight up sevens. There is no 2-hour time limit in the postseason. So saddle up for a couple long ones. No rollover innings either. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. So essentially high school rules.
I believe they said there will be rollovers.
Will they?
I think
Last
so.
I heard it wasn't. Again, still ironing out all the details of this first year and inaugural year of this style of play. Runner goes, payoff, pulled to first, and he gets underneath Sarmiento into right field. Barraza's thinking home. He hits the corner, throw is coming in, and no, they'll cut it off. Coming in to score is A.J. Barraza from first. It's an RBI double for David Laurenti. And for the first time since the second inning, the Blue Sox are on the board. They lead at 9-3. Jacob Savoy now 0 for 1 with a pair of walks and a run scored. Only out the backstop made was back in the second when he bounced out to first. Lost his bat, gets him sticky on that one. Jacob
Expelliarmus.
with an R. Isn't it Expelliarmus?
No, it's not.
Why would I know, Sam? Don't laugh at me.
I don't know. You just correcting it.
No,
not
I wasn't
knowing.
correcting it. I was asking.
Oh.
I said, isn't it Expelliarmus?
I think it's just because it has the British accent. Expelliarmus.
Oh. Oh, wow. There's an R in there, I guess.
Yeah,
Wow.
Expelliarmus.
Huh. Huh. Just broke my world. 1 ball, 1 strike. Really?
Yeah.
Is that really it?
I read 7 books.
Oh, okay, how we go? First thing that pops up is expos. Expelli.
Rip.
How do I spell this?
Oh, man.
It is an R. Huh.
Yeah.
The more you know. 2-1. Haven't seen a single thing. I read half of Sorcerer's Stone when I was like 9.
You should look into the books. They're entertaining.
Nope. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Jacob Savoy. Call it a strike, 2-2. He nods his head in agreement.
No.
Nope.
Have you ever read a book, Steve?
Wow. Okay, Sam.
What's the last book you enjoyed?
Get to that in a second. Foul ball. Heads up, man. That just smoked into the dugout, and everybody got out of the way just in time. Michael Stanford almost lost his left hand.
Cody Miyamoto. Give it.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Forgot you had a headset on, didn't you?
A little bit.
Just shook your head and got whipped by the microphone.
Yeah.
Last book I read that I enjoyed was David Moranis' autobiography on Roberto Clemente. Foul ball.
David Moranis. Any relation to Rick?
Unfortunately, no. I love Rick Moranis, though. Little Shop of Horrors. Shrunk the Kids.
Yep.
Blew up the kids.
Blew up the kids.
Whatever you did to the
The
kids.
lesser-known sequel.
Feed me, Seymour. 2 strikes on Savoy. Flipped out towards right center. Busy inning for Matt Siebold. And he puts it away. A run across on an RBI double from David Laurenti, and we have played 6. We go to the 7th. Blue Sox looking to close this thing up. They lead at 9-3. Record 3 outs, lead off the 7th. That's what Matt Siebold's about to do. He's 1 for 2 today. Erased on a double play ball once he reached on that leadoff single in the 3rd. We'll see if he can reach again to begin the frame and try to climb one last time, trailing by 6. But the story of the day has been Patrick Sweeney. 5 punch outs. He's walked 1 but has hit 3. 1-0 comes home. Siebold in the air to left center field. Laurenti and Burker there. It will be Laurenti, the quarterback in center, to make the grab. 2 pitches to get the first out of the 7th. With this potential win here for the Blue Sox, who just added 1 more to their total, would snap a 2-game skid, move them to 10-4. They would be the 2nd team to double-digit wins this season. First pitch to Chris Leary will be on the opposite side. Moving back is Barraza, and it'll be Doherty to take charge, and that's a quick 2 outs here in the 7th. Last hope is Miles Gravel. Depends on what the Bombers do today, but the Blue Sox could stand alone in 2nd place. Blue Sox tomorrow will face off with the A's. The Bombers do not play today. So there you go. They're 1 out from having a sole possession hold on 2nd place again. Swing and a miss. Miles Gravel just trying to keep this ball game alive. He has reached base once, last time up, singled and scored in the 5th. The last guy to touch the plate in the dirt for ball 1. We have just passed the 1 hour mark. Coming back. Inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Left it upstairs, 3-1. Only walk in this ball game was to Dylan Brown all the way back in the 2nd. Patrick Sweeney searching for the complete game today. It's already a season long in innings pitched at 6 2/3. He's looking for that last third. He's going to get it on the corner right there. 3-2, and it's game time for the Snowbirds. They're down to their final strike here on this Tuesday. or Wednesday rather. Kick deal. Here's the payoff pitch. Came in and hit him. Got him in the elbow guard. Fastball got away from Sweeney, and the ball game continues.
Well, that's only fitting. He said, I'm not going to walk anyone.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit my fourth batter.
Fourth batter hit. It's by far and away a season high. Last 2 outings, he has now hit 6 batters. That's over the course of 12 2/3, about to be 13. Here comes Doherty to make the grab, and the ball game is over. Sole possession, Blue Sox are in second place. Patrick Sweeney goes the distance, and they take down the Snowbirds by a 9-3 final. Patrick Sweeney crushed it here today. Looked great. Had some flashes of rough patches, but was able to get Jalen Edmonds to fly out and end the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left. Here are your totals here today. For the Blue Sox, they put up 9 runs today. They do so on 8 hits and end up committing just 1 error. 9 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Snowbirds, they put up 3 runs. They do so on 6 hits and end up committing no errors today. Left on base totals are 7 for the Snowbirds and 5 for the Blue Sox. The win is going to go to Patrick Sweeney. The loss will be handed to Jake Cooch. No save in this one. Again, ball game started at 9:01, wrapped up at 11:04. Took us 2 hours and 3 minutes. It started at 95 degrees here today on this Wednesday, July the 7th. It's 102 as we wrap up. That's going to do it for us here in Game 1. Don't forget Game 2 coming up here shortly. Colonials and North Stars set to have a first pitch at 11:30 or so. Might go a couple minutes over just in case. And, of course, tonight, all the action starts at 7:05. Inland Valley Bucks are in town to face off with the Palm Springs Power. For all of us here at the Power Summer Collegiate League and for Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. One last time for you. Blue Sox are back in sole possession of second. Their 10th win of the year, 9-3 over the Snowbirds. We'll talk to you shortly. Thanks for joining us here from Palm Springs Stadium.